Hello and welcome to episode 27 of my Minecraft Technic Hardcore Modded Skyblock tutorial Let's Play series. In this episode we shall do the quest Cable Magic. So let's take a look at the quest journal, and if we take a look in here you'll see I'm 54% through leaving the Stone Age. So let's open that up and you'll know that I've been making my way down here. Excuse me, and now I'm going up here. Big Brother was the last episode, so let's do Cable Magic. Okay, there are more to cables than the base cable type. You can make a dark cable when the dark cable when the dark cable receives a redstone signal. It disconnects from the surrounding cables. This is good for an emergency cutoff switch so that you can separate the rest of your network from the controller, so you can still access your disks if your network runs out of power. You can also make coloured cables. A coloured cable will only connect to cables of the same colour, or uncoloured cables. These are useful for subnetworks. You can also make covered cables. These are for I can't even say that, to be honest with you. It's just totally knocked me for six. Oh no, I can't even pronounce that at this moment. Anyway, so you've read that. Purposes only and otherwise function just like regular cables. So anyway, you know what? I want to show you the dark cable, because the dark cable is the one that interests me. I've of course just got a total mind block with that. Anyway, so let's do that. Let's claim the reward first of all, and now let's make a dark cable. Typical, it's starting to rain. Okay, let's just put this in there. Let's open up this one. There we go, there's the dark cable, so it's in this schematic. To make a dark cable you need two normal ME cables, two redstone and a lever. That gets you a dark cable. So the application of using your dark cable, it's a fantastic idea, is it not, that it can be used as a cutoff switch. So if we go in here, you will see that here is my ME controller, and remember I put a crafting terminal and a ME drive all in a row side by side next to the controller. Now if I build up my ME network, and you can see I am building it up, it's going off in all directions now. I'm slowly covering my world with the ME network, but as I do that it will draw more and more power, and perhaps it will get to the stage where 5 of these magmatic dynamos won't cope. Now I will just build more, but that will stop me accessing my ME network if I draw too much power. So the idea of the dark cable is placing it this side. My controller and ME drives on that side are not running through the cable. Only this crafting terminal is connected to the ME cable. The reason being is because these other two are side by side, so they don't need cables. So the ideal place to put your dark cable would be in this setup of having, let's remove that so you can see it. Okay, is your ME drive, your ME controller, and then your ME crafting terminal. From the crafting terminal, run your ME cable. The first one have as a normal cable, the next one down have as a dark cable. Now the dark cable will then cut off the rest of your ME network from your 3 main crucial components. So therefore, if I start drawing too much power, what I can do is watch what happens. I'll flip this switch. You see the cable's gone dark. Now what that means to me and you is I can still access my crafting terminal up there. But if I go to somewhere else now on my ME network, so let's go to another ME crafting terminal. So there's the 3 machines all side by side. They don't need a cable attached. As you can see, they're all powered because I've got the power going into the controller. But if I come over here to the rest of my ME network, you'll notice now I can't access it. Unable to communicate with the controller. By flipping that switch, I've cut all power to the rest of my ME network and just kept power for my main 3 components, my controller, drive and crafting terminal. So if we go back down, I really must sleep so I can stop that rain. If we go back down, flip the switch, watch the cable there as I do this. There you go, you see it illuminated back up. So now power is running all through my network again to all the locations that I'm using it. And I'm using it all over the place. But my power's keeping up, so it's not a big problem with that. If we go here, you'll see it's all back on. I can now access it. Okay, so let's go into the quest journey. That's the benefit of the ME Dark cable and a practical use of it, like it tells you here. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, what I want to do now is just quickly do this RedNet. I'm not going to be using the RedNet cables, but I want to complete it so I can complete all of the Stone Age. So let's do that quickly now. So if we go into the RedNet, with all of these machines that are controllable with a redstone signal, it would be nice if there was something more convenient than redstone dust. It's time to learn about RedNet. RedNet cable is a freestanding form of redstone dust wiring. You can adjust it with the crescent hammer or the precision sledgehammer. RedNet cable carries a redstone signal just like redstone dust, but it won't lose signal strength. So I'm not actually one for using redstone dust as a power cable. I simply use the thermal expansion cabling, as you can see, so that's why this is really redundant for me, but no doubt there's some really good practical uses for it. Anyway, let's make this RedNet cable. So if we go to my crafting terminal, and you'll see I've already brought it up. To make the RedNet cable we need 6 plastic sheets placed like so, and 3 redstone dust. So let's do that. Let's clear that. Let's place the plastic and the redstone. You can see I'm getting quite a bit of redstone now. Okay, let's grab the RedNet cables. Did I call that RedNet cable? No, I meant RedNet. Right, let's check the quest journal and the RPC. What if you need to make complicated logic circuits, and who doesn't? Well, I don't. That is where the programmable RedNet controller comes in. The PRC is a complex block which allows you to create many different logic circuits from and gates. To RS comes from with a manual. You can add a logic expansion card to the PRC to increase the number of simultaneous circuits you can use and how many variables you can use. Double click. I haven't actually got into using any of this yet, but I might do. Okay, now it looks like I've got to do something here. So let's see what it is I've got to do to complete this. So I've got to get this PRC manual. It said up here about the manual. Let's do this, read this again quickly. It comes with a manual, so let's see if it's something we have to make. PRC. So we do have to make it. Okay, 1 plastic, 1 redstone and a book. Now we need a book, which I haven't got any of, so what I'll need to do is make some paper. And I can't even remember how to make the book. Oh. 3 paper, string and 2 blank patterns. And I haven't got any blank patterns. The blank patterns, if I remember, is like so. Yeah, cool. Okay, so 2 of them and a string. And I know I've got a ton of string. Oh, let's sleep so we can get rid of this annoying rain. Come on, rain, cease your annoyance. There we go. Rain has ceased. Right, okay, so I need some string. May as well just grab it all now and put all of this in my ME network. Why not? Chests have become a thing of the past. They've become redundant, just like I was in one of my jobs. Okay, so let's throw this stuff we don't need into the ME. Okay, right. That's all done. The book was 3 paper, string and 2 blank patterns. There we go, we got ourselves a book. Right, cool. So to make this was plastic, redstone and the book. And there we go, PRC Owner's Manual. Let's grab that. Let's now check the quest book. Manual submit. There we go, claim the reward. And there we go, that's the RedNet bit done. Let's take a quick look at it. Because whilst I've never used it in the past, maybe I will want to take a look at it in the future. Warning, you may need to adjust your GUI scale smaller to appropriately use this product. No, I'd say it's pretty perfect. Assembly or theft of your new programmable network RedNet controller. I'm not playing Oblivion at the moment, so I'm making the stuff, thank you very much. So neither of those. Okay, so there we are, there's the manual. Right though, I think I will end it just about here because the 15 minutes is nearly up. Or was there something else I wanted to mention? Yeah, I will perhaps look at this, but I'm not really into the logic circuits. I have fun in other ways, as no doubt all of you do. Some of you no doubt love the RedNet networks. I'll look into it a bit more though, see if there's anything in there that grabs me. Let's just check the quest journal. Okay, so I've done that now, so I've still got that way to go. I've come around here. I've got to do ME fluids and then continue on along this way. So the ME fluids I guess we'll look at in the next episode. Wherever you are in the world, God bless you and keep every last one of you safe. Thank you for watching and have a fantastic day. Goodbye.